Most men think performance gets unpredictable because time is winning. That's the easy explanation. The harder truth is this: your body is still capable, but your daily rhythm may be training your blood flow and nervous system to respond at the worst possible times. And the twist? The damage usually isn't happening in intimate moments. It's happening when you're tired, stressed, and trying to feel normal again. Late day stimulation, late meals, late scrolling, and then a hard crash. Stay with me, because once you see this pattern, you can replace it with a calm routine that helps your body respond with more control, without embarrassment, without miracle promises, and without forcing anything. Let's talk like adults, with dignity. When intimate confidence becomes less steady, the hardest part usually isn't the physical change. It's the mental noise that follows. You start checking yourself. You start wondering if your body will respond the way you want. And suddenly, something that used to feel natural starts to feel like a test you didn't sign up for. Have you felt that shift, where you're present, but part of your mind is watching from the outside? Here's the first thing I want you to hear clearly. You are not broken. You're not weak, and you're not alone. A lot of men quietly carry this because it feels private, and because nobody taught men how the body actually works when stress, sleep, blood flow, and recovery start interacting more strongly with age. Now here's the open loop I promised. The silent blood flow mistake is so common that men defend it. They say, "This is just my routine." They say, "It helps me relax." They say, "I've earned it." And yet this one pattern can quietly tighten blood vessels, disrupt repair at night, and train the system to be less responsive when you want it to be calm and ready. So what is it? It's the daily cycle of late-day stimulation, followed by late-day shutdown. That might sound vague, so let me make it painfully real. It's pushing through fatigue with caffeine, constant screen stimulation, loud TV, constant notifications, or mental pressure, then trying to switch off at night with a heavy meal, alcohol, sugary snacks, or scrolling until your eyes burn. Wired, then collapsed. Over and over. Not because you're careless, because life is heavy, and this is how modern men cope. But here's the catch. A wired to collapsed routine becomes a blood flow problem. Because blood vessels are not metal pipes. They're living tissue. They expand and relax based on signals: sleep quality, stress hormones, blood sugar stability, inflammation, breathing patterns. When those signals are calm, vessels stay flexible. When those signals are chaotic, wired late, heavy late, shallow sleep, vessels become less responsive, not instantly, quietly. And intimate performance relies on responsiveness, not brute force, not trying harder. Responsiveness. Let me ask you something that hits home. Have you noticed that on nights when you eat late, sleep poorly, or feel mentally overloaded, you wake up feeling flat, like the battery didn't charge properly? That's not imagination. That's recovery debt. Here's a simple metaphor. Think of your circulation like a premium sports car. It's not only about horsepower. It's about how smoothly it shifts gears. When the system is calm and well-maintained, it shifts cleanly. When you run it hot all day and cool it down poorly at night, the gears start slipping. You can still drive, but the ride isn't smooth. And unpredictability is what destroys confidence first. Now here's where it gets interesting. The silent mistake doesn't remove blood flow like a switch. It trains your body to deliver blood flow with poor timing. Either sluggish when you want responsiveness, or rushed when you need steadiness. That's why men feel confused. Some days, I feel fine. Other days, I feel off. Inconsistency is often a clue that something in the system is adjustable. Let's break down the 3 hidden drivers inside this pattern. First, stress hormones at night. Many men think stress is something you feel emotionally. But your body experiences stress chemically. If your evenings are full of stimulation, news, Arguments, scrolling, bright screens, caffeine, even late intense exercise, cortisol stays higher than it should. Cortisol makes blood vessels less relaxed. Tight vessels are not responsive vessels. And when vessels are less responsive, erection quality and overall performance become less predictable. That's physiology, not personal failure. Second, late blood sugar spikes. A heavy dinner, especially refined carbs, sweets, or sugary drinks, creates a blood sugar wave. That wave triggers inflammation and vascular stress. Over time, the vessel lining becomes less smooth. Smooth lining equals smooth flow. Rough lining equals uneven flow. Have you ever noticed that some meals make you feel heavy in a way that goes beyond digestion? Like your whole system feels slower? Third, lost deep sleep. This is the part most men never connect. Deep sleep is when blood vessels repair. It's when the nervous system resets. It's when hormone signaling stabilizes. If deep sleep is cut by late eating, alcohol, or bright screens, your body doesn't recover fully. And a body that doesn't recover doesn't deliver steady vitality the next day. Quick pattern break. The problem isn't that you've aged. The problem is that your routine may be training your body to recover like a man who never truly downshifts. And here's the twist. Listen closely. Many men believe the solution is to focus harder in intimate moments. More effort, more pressure, more control. But effort under stress makes breathing shorter, muscles tighter, and the nervous system more reactive. That means the routine that created the problem also sabotages the fix. So what do we do instead? We replace the wired-to-collapse cycle with a calm-to-repair cycle. Not dramatic, not perfect, just consistent signals. Start with the single most powerful correction. Protect the last 90 minutes of your day. Think of the last 90 minutes as your repair runway. If you fill that runway with stimulation, your body can't land into recovery. And if it can't land into recovery, the next day starts with a weaker foundation, less stable energy, less vessel flexibility, more reactivity. So the first shift is simple and very adult. Lower stimulation. Dim lights. Reduce screens. Avoid intense conversations late. And keep the brain from getting whipped into alert mode right before bed. Does it sound boring? Good. Boring is exactly what your nervous system needs to repair. Now here's a small routine that sounds too simple to work until you try it. For 5 minutes in the evening, do slow nasal breathing. Inhale for about 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 to 8. No force, no holding. Just a longer exhale. Why? Because long exhales tell your nervous system, we're safe. Safe nervous systems relax blood vessels. Relaxed vessels repair better. Repaired vessels respond better. This is how you rebuild responsiveness without hype. Let me ask you a real question. When was the last time your body felt truly safe at night? Second correction. Move dinner earlier and lighter. You don't need to starve. You don't need a strict diet. You just need to stop asking your body to digest heavily while it's supposed to repair circulation. If you can, finish the main meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you must eat later, go lighter. Protein, vegetables, healthy fats, less sugar, less refined carbs. This one change can improve sleep depth more than men expect. Third correction. Be careful with alcohol as relaxation. I'm not here to shame anyone. But alcohol fragments deep sleep, even if it helps you fall asleep faster. Many men think, at least I slept. But the body didn't repair. And repair is the foundation of next-day vitality. Now, a quick note that protects you. If you ever have chest pain, severe shortness of breath, fainting, or sudden new symptoms, get urgent care. And if you take heart or blood pressure medications, or you have diabetes, talk to your clinician before making major lifestyle changes. We're aiming for safe, calm improvement, not risky experiments. Now here's the doctor explains moment. Blood flow is not just a heart issue. It's a vessel behavior issue. Vessels behave differently when the body is in calm recovery versus low-level urgency. And as men get older, the body becomes less forgiving of urgency. So if your day is full of urgency, rushed meals, constant notifications, long sitting, poor sleep, your vessels learn to stay tight. Tight becomes normal. Normal becomes your baseline. And then you wonder why response feels less smooth. That's why the fix is not one magic trick. It's a rhythm shift. Add a fourth correction that gives you leverage fast. A calm walk after dinner. Not power walking, not sweating. Just 10 to 15 minutes. This improves blood sugar handling, supports circulation, and helps the nervous system transition toward rest. It's like telling your body, flow smoothly. Don't spike, don't crash. Fifth, light leg training consistently. This isn't about looking athletic. It's about vascular signaling. The legs are huge muscle groups that regulate blood sugar and circulation. Chair stands, gentle squats to a safe depth, step-ups, light resistance, done regularly, send a powerful message. Maintain circulation, maintain responsiveness. Many men feel improvements in energy and steadiness before they notice anything else. And that's a good sign. Now let's talk about the emotional layer, because this is where men suffer silently. When a man doesn't feel steady, he often tries to hide it. He tries to act normal. He pushes through, or he doesn't want to talk about it. And then the mind starts building pressure. What if I don't respond? That thought alone can tighten the nervous system. Stress hormones rise, vessels tighten. Response becomes less predictable. The loop becomes brutal. So here's a pattern break that changes everything. Shift from performance monitoring to system monitoring. Instead of asking, will I be fine? Ask, is my body calm? Am I rested? Did I eat heavy late? Did I stack stimulation at night? Am I dehydrated? Is my breathing short today? Those are variables you can actually influence. And when you influence the system, the outcome improves without force. Now, let's hit the twist again, because this is the part most men never connect. The silent blood flow mistake is rarely one bad habit. It's the mismatch between how you stimulate your body and how you recover. You stimulate hard, then recover poorly. Then you expect steady responsiveness on demand. The body doesn't work like that. When you fix recovery, the system becomes steadier, and steadier systems create steadier confidence. So here's your calm plan in simple human language. Tonight, protect the last 90 minutes. Lower light and stimulation. Do 5 minutes of long exhale breathing. Eat earlier or lighter. Take a calm walk. Sleep in a cooler, darker room if possible. Over the next week, add 3 short sessions of light leg work. Over 2 weeks, watch what changes first. Deeper sleep, steadier morning energy, calmer mood, fewer crashes. Those are early signs your vessels and nervous system are repairing. And yes, many men notice intimate response becomes more predictable when those foundations improve. Now I'll ask you the question that matters. Are you trying to force performance? Or are you rebuilding the system that supports it? Because the men who keep vitality long-term aren't the men who chase extreme solutions. They're the men who respect recovery. They stop training their body to live wired and collapse. They train it to downshift and repair. And once repair becomes consistent, confidence returns quietly. Not because you got lucky, because your body finally has the conditions to respond. If you recognize yourself in this wired-to-collapsed pattern, screens, caffeine, late meals, stress, crash, don't blame yourself. That pattern was designed by modern life, but you can redesign your rhythm starting tonight. Remember this line, blood flow doesn't only depend on what happens in a moment, it depends on what your body practiced all day. Practice calm, practice recovery, practice steadiness. That's how men protect vitality with dignity, without embarrassment, without miracle claims, and without turning life into a punishment.